It was the sheriff who first informed me that at Morella, an entire house had disappeared during the night. In 1934, Morella was one of the largest haciendas in the region. The sheriff said that it was a district that had never had any trouble and that the peons were peaceful. That day, the estate owner didn't want to meet us. The sheriff reckoned there was something fishy, but he didn't want any problems with the guy. We arrived ahead of the villagers who were going over there in a procession. No preacher wanted to come along with us. The house had gone, but its inhabitant, the bruja, the witch, was sitting in her chair. The tree next to the house. The peons said she was a shape changer. The sheriff only had 2 deputies, so when the peons got there, he wanted to parley while he waited for reinforcements. The crowd was real jumpy. The dogs have been howling all night, the peons said, and tomorrow it's us who'll be howling. The sheriff told them that we were going to talk to the government about it, and the crowd calmed down so he could show me this child. 4 days ago, he said, this child was bitten by the witch who had transformed herself into a coyote. The people are really worried. They believe anything they're told. And where has her house gone, I asked. I don't know. I really don't know. A little later, the crowd was up against the ropes, and they were shouting that the witch had to be killed. They wanted to lynch her. One woman, who was completely hysterical, was saying that she was going to be possessed if we didn't kill the witch right away. And then they fired in the air, and the crowd didn't budge. What happened at that moment was very strange. I had the impression that the witch had hypnotized the crowd. Now, watch what's going to happen. Watch the woman who's kneeling.
All this is true. It really happened.
All this is true. It really happened. And it astonishes me when I see it today. The witch had really and truly disappeared. She knew what she was doing. 6 months later, the story recommenced with the death of the estate owner. The hacienda had been immediately bought up by a mining company who were evacuating the peons. The militia that this company were employing were just a bunch of hoodlums. So I could film, I lied to them and told them I'd been sent by the company. They believed me. The villagers were lost. Some of them were saving what they could from their houses. Others were trying to make them uninhabitable. But any resistance would have been illegal and a lost cause, and they knew it. This old man was saying a peon must resign himself to life, and that's what they did. Nobody mentioned the witch again to me, even if some of them believed she was directly responsible for their fate. These people didn't know where they were being taken. Later, I learned that the militiamen had left them near a disused mine and that several families had settled in there, while the others had kept on walking. There's never any end to an exodus. The caravan was just heading into the woods when a dog ran out into the road. I didn't see where it came from, but I attempted to follow it because I had a feeling something was going to happen.
It went in the direction of the witch's house.
It went in the direction of the witch's house. And when I got there myself, the black figure had come back, and the dog had disappeared.
I was very frightened.
I was very frightened. I didn't dare go any closer. I didn't want to know what was under the veil. I knew nobody would ever believe me.